Yo, what's good, people? So it is season 38 upon us, and I'm gonna do a merged war video of Wars 1 and 2. I'm gonna try and keep talking to a minimum as well, because I have got a very sore throat. Pretty much lost my voice over the weekend. So yeah, I apologise in advance for all the various voice cracks that come up. Let's get into the war fights. So, war number 1, fight number 1. We've got a blade here on path 5A. He's got ebb and flow knockdown. He also goes debuff immune when you do knock him down. But in the case of this fight, the plan with Nick Fury is just going to be parry and then try and do 4-hit light combos. If I do a medium into 4 lights as well, that's fine. But ideally parry and just 4 lights. Because obviously you don't want to give him as much power, so you just restrict those 4 lights, get those bleeds going, and yeah, I run max deep wounds as well, so that is the aim. We don't want to knock him down because of conduit. Also, yeah, it's just easier to manage the fight just going for those lights. That's where most of the damage is going to come from. As you can see, I've sped it up as well because it is going to be a bit of a slog. It's a pretty slow fight. My word, this is miserable listening to my voice right now. We're gonna try to get through this war video. But yeah, not much else to say about this. Nick Fury can comfortably take this. As you can see as well, 92%. We're getting him down. My health is obviously pretty clean. It is just a case of do those light hit combos. Also bait his special ones. The more power he has, I think he reduces debuff duration on himself, so obviously you want those bleeds to take for as much and as long as possible. So yeah, do try and bait special ones as soon as they come, and that's pretty much it for this fight. Right, so fight number 2 here is a shared node, Ebony Maw, with, as you can see, Hazard Shift, Conflictor, and Crumbling Armor, followed by Magneto and Medusa on path 9B. So, 3 Hazard Shift fights in a row. We're going to take them all with Cap Infinity War. We've got a skill champ on the team, so that will allow me to shrug a debuff off at the cost of one of my kinetic charges. So naturally with Cap Infinity War for all 3 of these fights, I'm going to want to keep my kinetic charges pretty high and let them shrug debuffs off, kind of slow play around that, make sure I'm managing those charges. And that applies to all 3 fights. So going more specifically into this Ebony Maw, he's got a Conflictor, so I do have to be aware he's going to get power throughout the fight because I also have a tech champ on my team and the CapSam synergy. So the tech champ allows for the petrify, and then the CapSam synergy allows me to also place a stagger debuff. So the Conflictor is going to get triggered by these. I have, however, got a House of X pre-fight on this placed for me. So that does mean I don't have to worry about my stuns from my parries being shrugged off. But yeah, as you can see, nothing really to worry about in this fight. Take a bit of degen damage because he was going to nullify one of my buffs at some point. And yeah, it's one that will go down quite quickly. So, Cap Infinity War, a very nice option for this fight. Alright, so fight number 3 of the war. We're up against Magneto on path 9B. So he's got Hazard Shift as well. Already talked about that. He also has one eye open, which you'll see I clearly forgot at the start here. Couple combos and I'm like, what am I doing? I did all those parries because I wanted to build my charges, but then afterwards I was supposed to block beta heavies from him, and that way I can get my in like this. Now Cap Infinity War can actually nullify the unstoppable like that by just hitting him while he's got a kinetic charge. We do also have the CapSam synergy as an extra safety net to stagger those. But yeah, it is more or less the same kind of managing my charges and just making sure not to hit into him while I've stunned him. So for my openings, just try and really bait those heavies and punish him. So yeah, not too complicated a fight to be fair, and we're going to see later that I take it again in War 2. Just a bit sloppy on my part really, but yeah, backed against the wall there, I just charge my heavy to get the fury up, passive fury, throw my special 3 and does a nice big chunk of damage to him. Also important as well is just trying to build those kinetic charges up again before I threw my special 3 for max damage. And of course, yeah, when we do hit into him now, we want those up to protect against hazard shift debuffs and be shrugging those off. But yeah, at the moment this magneto is lasting longer than my voice, so I think there's probably not much more to add for this fight. I'll be back on for the next one. Right, so my fourth and final fight for war number 1 in this video is Medusa. So she also has hazard shift, so again keeping those kinetic charges up, but on top of that the main thing to note is she's got nerves of steel, so she's going to be periodically getting armor throughout this fight. The way to remove that is by hitting into her block, so at the moment she's going down pretty quick, but I think when we get a chance and she's backed up, we'll just try and combo a little into her block. And we'll try to bait her into blocking there. There we go, we get it, and we just go combo into the block, get rid of those armors, and go again. But yeah, I probably regret healing so much this fight. It's so straightforward, but it's one of those things you just want to be perfectly safe. She auto blocks my special 2 there, so not the smartest move for me to do when she had 3 furies up. But yeah, that is a pretty straightforward fight. Cap Infinity War getting a very fun war for himself really, and yeah, that's that for War 1 in terms of the fights. And thankfully for us, war number 1 ends in a victory. Nice clean margin as well, so nothing too much to worry about in that one. And the ball is rolling for the season. Right, so war number 2 of the season, and just 3 fights for me this time. honestly was perfect because Friday evening I was at a house party, Saturday had a meal, and then also like a karaoke night out. Yeah, between the house party and the karaoke, absolutely butchered my voice. So, having a quiet war definitely helped, but it's going to start with this annihilus here, path 8A. So I'm actually going to have a House of X pre-fight on all 3 fights. I think I only had it needed for this one and a later fight, but when I joined the war, it was just my 3 fights left for our battle group, so yeah, nice to get the extra attack bonus from the House of X for all 3. And yeah, as you see as well, I'm not the best stocked on my boosts at the moment, so it does help to be able to just use a couple of these lesser ones here and get the extra attack from the Wags pre-fight. But Cap Infinity War is going to be taking this first one. He has got Rich Get Richer, but the Fury version, and he's always going to have more buffs than me, so what it's going to mean is he's going to be getting 15% Fury passives every second, all fight long. Yeah, it's a pretty scary prospect, but the idea here, I assume, is Cap Infinity War should get it down quick enough that it doesn't become a problem, and he's got the perfect parries, right? So don't eat hits in the face like that. Thankfully that was early on, but yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Annihilus' special one is not hard to dex, but it's the way he leaps at you. It can be very easy I find, to mistime it. Another issue with this fight is actually because of all the debuffs he places on you when he's got his rod up. It's going to be the skill synergy I have with Shang Chi on the team. It's going to mean that I'm shrugging all of those off, and as a result my kinetic charges are going to be non-existent or very low throughout the fight. That loses a lot of damage for Cap Infinity War. See there as well, it meant I couldn't even trigger my own Fury passive before the special 3. But it's fine, it's going down, we're getting there. He's now over 40, and it was quite clear he wasn't going to throw another special 1, so I push him to special 2, block as much as I can, and just go for the finish. I imagine that special 2 into my block would have hurt quite a lot, even with the potential to glance some of it, and you know, funnily enough, I wasn't quite willing to investigate that. I just thought, let's just not see how that one turns out. Let's just finish off the fight and move on to my next one. So we're back on 9B. It's Magneto again here. Obviously, I guess with this war video being Wars 1 and 2 merged, it helps because I have literally in this war video talked over this fight earlier on, so I won't go over it again. And I will just say, yeah, it goes a lot cleaner this time, thankfully. I'll be back to commentate over the Scorpion fight. Right, so my third and final fight of this war is this Scorpion on 9B as well. He's got the Hazard Shift and Nerves of Steel, as we saw from the Medusa fight I had in War 1. And I'm going to be taking this one with Shang Chi. I was given the option of either Cap Infinity War or Shang Chi, but I figured Shang Chi's at full health and can totally do this. Don't want to waste health potions on Cap Infinity War. So we'll go in with Shang Chi. The aim here is just going to be to really keep those cleanse Wushus up. So do a cleanse, parry, heavy, reset. I don't need to worry about my other ones because, well, I believe he does have the chance to evade. It's when he has his, I can't remember what it's called, but it's when he has, I think Scorpion Sense, yeah, I think I've got the name back in my head, Scorpion Sense up. That's when he gains the chance. And thanks to having the wags pre-fight, I can do my medium like medium while he's stunned and not have an issue. We do use a stun Wushu into his block there, just because he was blocking. We saw that as an opportunity to remove some of those Nerves of Steel armor ups. Here we're just baiting out his special one, block the end of it, go in for my cleanse Wushu here, then I go slow and just dump off the special 2, and it finishes him. So yeah, nice, clean third fight, clean war in general, and we come out on top, big win there, loads of deaths on their end, so it wasn't too close a war, but on our end we should definitely be disappointed with 16 deaths at this level is not good enough, so that's something to improve going forward, but 2 wars in, 2 wins, and hopefully onwards and upwards as we push for Masters this season. That'll be all for this video, take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Also, last thing, if you're still here and still listening, drop down in the comments below how many voice cracks did you hear this video. I'm interested to see how the answers vary. But yeah, take care and I'll see you.